I love my life in Australia, but if I'm being honest, there are so many things I miss about the US. After 10 years of living on the literal other side of the world, there is an ongoing list of things that I miss. And today we're gonna dig into some of them. If you're new around here, hello, my name is Jamie and I am an American living in Australia for the last over 10 years, which is absolutely insane. And I am about to go on my first trip back to the US in about 4 years. I am so excited. But today we're gonna talk about all the things that I am missing and craving about the US. And 95% of it is probably going to be food related. You know, as much as people shit on the food in America, and most of the time it is rightly so, I find that 95% of my cravings and homesickness is food related. And that's why 95% of this video is going to be food related, okay? It is what it is. But honestly, like, where do I even begin? Chipotle? Like, that is literally like one of the first things I'm doing when I go home is going to Chipotle. Because Mexican food in Australia does not exist. It's just not a thing. It's not a vibe. They don't know how to do it. And like, I'm even talking about like American Mexican food. Like, even that hits more than this. Like, there's no flavor. There's been multiple occasions where I've gotten Mexican food, nachos or tacos with no cheese on them, and it wasn't by accident. Like, how does that even happen? What are we even doing here? What are we even doing? This is not okay. Yet I still show up every time a new Mexican place opens up here because I have to have hope. I have to have hope because if I don't, what do I have? What do I have? They even opened up a Taco Bell here and it's so bad. Not that Taco Bell was like 5-star or anything. We all know Taco Bell has its time and place, and it's usually like a drunken night at 2 a.m. But even the Taco Bell here doesn't hit at 2 a.m. when you're drunk. Like, I'm sorry, it is just bad. They don't know what they're doing. Also, like, I miss American Chinese food. Oh, the chicken fingers. Oh my God. I miss that. I crave it. And it's so weird because like Australia is closer to more of the Asian countries, but like I crave that American Asian food. And it's probably more authentic here. But like when you grow up with something and it's like what you've known and grown up with, like every New Year's, my family would get Chinese food from the same place, and I just like, they don't have the Chinese chicken fingers with the duck sauce. Like, I'm sorry, where is it? I just miss it so much. I miss my Chinese chicken fingers, the crab rangoon. Oh my God, it just doesn't exist here. It just does not exist. And I'm like, okay, is that like super like American Chinese? Like, I don't know. I thought crab rangoons were like a thing. And then I came here and I'm like, where's the crab rangoon? I also hate that I can't go into a restaurant and order chicken tenders. Like, where they do that at? Why aren't they a thing here? Like, grown-ups want chicken tenders too. Like, I see them often, like, not even chicken tenders though, like chicken nuggets on a kid's menu. But like, I want chicken tenders and fries and a beer. Like, make it make sense. Make it happen. Just not a thing. And bagels aren't a thing. It's so hard to come across a good bagel that doesn't taste like cardboard here. And it's so sad to me. And a bagel place opened up not far from me, and we went to go get like a bagel, cream cheese, and bacon. And when I tell you, they put they layered that cream cheese like it was butter, like a line of, you could barely see the cream cheese. And I was like, excuse me, what am I paying for? Because this was already like $13.50 and you give me one slice of bacon with 0 fat on it. Like, whoo, tell me you don't know what you're doing without telling me you don't know what you're doing. And then the bagel itself just tasted like cardboard. And I'm just like, I mean, I don't know what I expected, but I had this one bagel in New York with cream cheese and bacon. And when I tell you the cream cheese was like 2 inches thick, it was literally one of the best bagels I've ever had in my entire life. And I dream about it all the time. So much so that it's on my list of things to do when I go back to New York. I can't even remember the name of the place I got it. I just have like a vague idea of where I got it. So I'm just gonna go there and like let my heart and my nose follow the scents. Another thing that isn't a thing here, like sub shops or sandwich shops. Bagel sandwiches are not really a thing here. The only time you'll see a bagel on a menu usually is a salmon bagel with cream cheese and salmon and the capers and ugh, yuck. Like, no, I don't want that. I want a real bagel sandwich. Sandwich shops or sub shops aren't a thing. They don't exist. Like, if you want a sub, you're going to Subway, baby. That's it. Like, if you want a sandwich, you're making it at home. Going to a restaurant and getting like a club sandwich with french fries, it's honestly the simple things that I miss. Like a club sandwich. And I miss not having to like pay extra if I want fries with my sandwich or my burger. A lot of places here will charge you extra if you want fries. Like, yeah, this is how much the burger costs. But if you want fries, that's extra, honey. And so I don't know what it's like in the States these days. Like, maybe they started charging extra for side dishes, but it's crazy out here. And so I always appreciate when I go somewhere here and the fries actually come with the meal. I'm like, thank you. Thank you. And like not food related, I just miss like the end of the year holidays shenanigans, like the Halloween, Thanksgiving, my birthday's in December, and then Christmas. I miss that like patch of like festivities because here it's just not a vibe. Here it's like just like another day. Like they think Halloween is only for toddlers here, and so it's not that much of a vibe. And like only in recent years has it become a little bit more popular. But I still see people complaining about it. Like they don't want Halloween to be a thing here because it's American. It's really interesting that there's a lot of Australians that are like anti-America. Like a lot of other countries are like don't like Americans either. I just didn't expect Australia to have such like a, I find that people either like love America or hate America. And it's like or like Americans. Like they very much like blanket generalize Americans here. Anyway, that's not what this is about. We're talking about things I miss. But I did see like some like Karens in the local community groups that I'm in complaining about Halloween. They're like, the kids love Halloween, like her kids. She was complaining about how her kids love Halloween and how much it annoys her because it's an American holiday. And I was just like, let the kids have fun, bro. Like, why are you getting mad over this? Let them dress up. Let them get their candy. Let them have a good time. Like, why are we being like this? Like, just because you hate America that much that you don't want your kids to have fun? Make it make sense. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, I just miss the end of the year festivities. I miss that like Halloween isn't that big of a deal here. Oftentimes it's just felt like another day of the week. And the same with, obviously Thanksgiving's an American holiday. And then like my birthday, it's summer, so it's like a vibe. Like in the States, I'm a winter baby, but here I get to be a summer baby and I'm like living my best summer life. So I don't miss that part of my birthday. I don't miss the snow, okay? So that's 1 point for Australia. There are more points for Australia, but that's not what this video is about. Yeah, and like obviously Christmas, it's like 90 degrees here, so it doesn't feel like Christmas, and I feel like I haven't properly celebrated Christmas in about a decade. So it just feels weird because it's just my birthday time. I just feel like it's just not the same. It's just not the same. It doesn't hit the same. It doesn't feel the same. Like you're still celebrating it, you're still opening presents, you're still like seeing Christmas trees, but my brain has not registered that it's actually Christmas. So I do miss the Christmas vibes. I don't necessarily miss the snow, but it's just, and the other thing with Christmas is here I feel like Christmas is like not that big of a deal either. Like it is in the sense that like a lot of people celebrate it, but like I feel like people just get in the Christmas spirit like maybe 2 days before Christmas and then like a few days after, like, and then they start focusing on New Year's. I feel like in the States or in New England or in Massachusetts, like it's a whole like season. It's just like autumn, like fall, and it's like a vibe. I don't know. And here it's just like you just wait till the lead up of Christmas and then it's like Christmas Day and then it's just like over, and like you don't really get into the Christmas spirit until like Christmas Eve or the day before Christmas Eve. And I'm like, where is the friggin' holiday spirit? Like, where is the 26 days of Christmas? Like, what are we doing here? Like, I can't like I can't. I miss having options at the grocery store, like so much. I miss Whole Foods. When it comes to grocery stores, there's two main options that are like monopolies here, and that's Woolworths and Kohl's. And if you're lucky, you might get an Aldi near you, but if you're lucky. And within those stores, there's like one or two major brands that sell like individual things, like your cereals, like, well, your mayo. You'll get like maybe like two different companies that sell the mayos. Like, there's not variety. And like, I remember that was one thing when I went back to the States that I was just like, pooh, wow, I didn't realize how many options we had until I came back home, and I was like, oh my God, what kind of pickle do I want? I don't know. There's a whole aisle. What kind of like barbecue sauce do I want? I don't know. There's a whole aisle. And it's like heaven. It's just like walking into heaven. Like, this is the best thing ever. And here it's just like, here's your shelf for barbecue sauces. 1, 2, or 3. And they only just started to get Sweet Baby Ray's. Before that, it was just like home brand, like the grocery store brand, and like Master Foods. Like I don't like it. I don't like it. I like having options, but I like, when I say options as well, it's not just like brand options. I want options like low sodium, like low sugar, like those kind of, I feel like the States has a very big variety of like alternatives and healthier kind of options, even though everyone thinks that all American food is trash, and a lot of it is, but I feel like there's a lot more like, you know, like dietary friendly options, and here I feel like it's very limited. But I don't know, that's just my experience. I miss Target, okay? I miss Target. I used to be a big Target girly. They have Target here, but the Targets here, they like try to be like a Macy's, like a department store. Like they think they're fancy. Like they're charging like $50, $70 for a shirt. And I'm like,
hold up, Target. I don't know who you think you are, but you are Target, okay? Don't forget it.
And the Targets here don't sell food. Like, there's no Starbucks in the Targets here. There's no grocery stores. You ain't getting chips. You ain't getting nothing. You getting clothes, or more clothes, or shoes. Boring. Even though I'm obsessed with the jeans at Target, the Shape Your Body collection. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Other than that, you don't find me in a Target. The craze around Target in the US is similar to the craze around Kmart in Australia. And it's so funny because when I first moved here, I was looking for cheap places to shop. And I started shopping at Kmart because that was, the price is right. And everyone here was like,
ew, you got that shirt at Kmart?
And I was like, honey, have you seen the prices around here? $70 for a t-shirt? It ain't happening. And so I was shopping at Kmart, okay? And then now Kmart here in Australia is like Target in the US. Like there's a buzz around it. It's like you go in and you don't tell Kmart what you're gonna buy. Kmart tells you what you're gonna buy. And they've taken on that like aesthetic, decor, cute kind of stuff. So it's like every house in Australia has Kmart decor in it. Exhibit A, this fake plant. You go into someone's home and you know it's from Kmart. Like you just know. Everyone, it's a thing. Everything's from Kmart here. All the cute home decor is Kmart. It's Kmart. Unless you like rolling in the dough and you can go to all those fancy home stores that like I dream of going to one day. But like, anyway, I've really gotten off track here. I miss Target. Like I used to really be addicted to those Target gummy bears. I miss a properly insulated home. Can we talk about how cold the houses are here? It, like, for a place that doesn't snow, like where I live, it doesn't snow. Like if you drive 2 hours to the mountains, or even like an hour to like the mountain ranges in the winter, in the cold days of the winter, you will find snow at the top of the mountain. But like here in the suburbs, inner city, you ain't getting snow. But it feels like there's days that it feels like it could snow. So it gets cold enough. It just gets like right on the brink of snowing. I don't know. If you've ever lived somewhere where it snows for long enough, I feel like you can smell it in the air. Because there's been mornings I've walked out and I'm like, it smells like it's about to snow. And I'm like, I didn't even know that was a thing until I moved here and like experienced feeling that. I didn't know you could smell snow approaching. Like, tell me you're from Boston without telling me you're from Boston. It's about to snow. It obviously gets really hot here as well, but I feel like they're not even insulated properly for hot or cold. And I'm just like, bro, do something about that. Like, apparently it's not very common for the windows to be double glazed. And I didn't know that. I'm like, why is it so cold in these houses? So like, it's like so cold. Like in this apartment that we just moved into, so cold in the morning. So it's gonna be real interesting to see how it gets in the summer. Good thing we have 2 air conditioners in here. I just miss being able to drive 2 hours and like being in a different state or passing through 1 or 2 states in 2 hours. Here, you drive 4.5 hours and you might be just getting to the border. Like, there's only 6 states here and they're all friggin' massive. Like 6 states. There's only 6 states in this giant country and it takes hours and hours and hours and hours of driving to get to the border of them. And I'm pretty sure ours is one of the smallest states. And it takes 4.5 hours just to get to the damn border. Unreal. Another thing I miss are like the gym sizes in the US. I feel like a lot of the gyms in the US are massive. Or the ones that I've been to at least. Like they're all massive. And there are some bigger ones here, but I feel like there are also a lot that are like a lot of the Anytime Fitnesses here, which is also in the US, but the ones here are so tiny. Like they've taken like a shop that used to be like a clothing boutique and turned it into an Anytime Fitness and just put like machines stacked on top of each other and put a couple of bathrooms in. I'm like, bro, it is tight in here. It is so crazy. And it's just like, it's the standard. Like I feel like it's hard to find a big gym unless you go out of your way to find one. We did have one that was pretty big at one point, but a lot of them that I've been to have been fairly small in comparison to what I had in the States, which is crazy. And then the prices don't even get me started. Like my memberships were anywhere between like $10 a month, but if I wanted like a premium one, it would be like $19 a month. Here it's like $15 to $19 a week, and some of them I've seen up to $22 to $25 a week. I'm like, honestly, who can afford that in this economy? Honey, no. I'm working out at home, okay? We're done here. Eventually you get used to it, and like if you want to go to the gym, you're gonna pay the $15. And they do have some, like I think the lowest I've seen is $9.95 a week. And I was like, ooh, a bargain. That's what I say now. Versus like that's what I was paying in a month. That's insane. Like, and I obviously know that there's differences between the pay structures and the money difference and all of the things and the conversion and all the things. I get it, but damn. And I know you're probably thinking like, it sounds like you hate Australia. Like, why do you even live there? And I promise there are things that I love about Australia. Obviously, I'm still here. And as I said in the beginning of the video, I love my life here. But of course, like when you've lived overseas in another country for so long, there are going to be things that you miss about your country. And there are going to be things that you grew accustomed to while living there and growing up there. And that's what this video is about. So this video isn't about shitting all over Australia, but in a way, like I kind of did, because I was just talking about all the things I missed because of what Australia lacks. So I think this video was more about like what Australia lacks in comparison to what I miss. But that's not to say that I don't love living here. And I just wanted to highlight all of those things. I'm going to do another video that talks about like the things I love about Australia and just things about my life here, my experiences here. So if you are into that kind of content, definitely keep your eyes peeled for that. But sometimes you just need to vent about it. Sometimes, you know, living overseas can be really challenging, and sometimes you just get homesick, and sometimes you just need to vent about all the things that you miss and all the things that are lacking and all the things that are different that have shocked you when you moved here. These kind of feelings I feel like are a very normal part of living in another country that isn't your home country. And so I'm just sharing it. So hopefully someone else can relate out there. If you've ever lived overseas or you're currently living overseas, let me know if you can relate to this. Let me know what you missed the most about your home country, or what you currently are missing, or if you had any big culture shock moments. I would love to hear them, because I just relate to that so much, and it makes me feel less alone. Living in another country can feel isolating at times, even if you're surrounded by other people, because a lot of times you can be surrounded by people who don't understand your experience as an outsider. Even though I've been here for 10 years, the way that I grew up and the traditions I grew up with and all those kind of things, like a lot of people, like, you can feel like you can't fully relate to someone. And so I don't know. Hopefully this video makes someone else feel less alone. Talking about all these things has definitely made me feel a little homesick, but I'm excited because I'm going home in 2 weeks. And I can't wait to eat Chipotle. I can't wait to eat Chipotle. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing, and I hope to see you tuning in to another video soon. Bye!